So, Kindle devices, many of us have them, most of us love them. But there are some challenges sometimes. People don't seem to realize that there's more than one way to actually get your content on there. And most importantly, that it does not have to be stuff that you buy from Amazon. Obviously, that's an option. But I'm going to show you not only how to get your Amazon content onto your Kindle device, but also how you can get other content onto your device. Sound good? Let's go. Hello, hello. So, our Kindle devices are a handy thing, right? It makes it so much easier to carry around all of our stuff, right? Here we go. That is not me. That is my one of my Kindle devices. One of the many. Actually, I should be fair to myself here, right? I only have two Kindles, but I can read on many different devices, which is a part of the conversation we'll get into here. But what I want to cover here is the different ways that you can get your content on there. Most importantly, the Send to Kindle app, which is like major league life changing if, like me, you want to get content other than the stuff you buy from Amazon or get through Kindle Unlimited or the free stuff that you get from, but it doesn't have to come from Amazon. I like to put other content on there because I have a wide variety of reading interests and needs. So we'll talk about how to do that. But first, I'm just going to really quick run through just how to get content onto your device because, hey, we always start at the beginning around here, right? As always, the links are in the description. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things. But don't panic. You can just go ahead and go into the description and find those links. All right. So first and foremost, right? So you're going to need a Kindle device for these things. Which is pretty much a foregone conclusion, but so this is mine. We'll be using for my demo purposes. Don't you love the way the color shifts as my hand comes in and out of the shot? It's these little things that amuse me. But first, I'm going to just show you how you can manage stuff through the browser, and that is fairly simple to do. Let me bring this up. Hello, Gamers Paradise. How are you? Happy to see you. Okay, so I've got a complex setup, and I didn't get a chance to set up all the magic buttons. So we're going to have to do some of this manually. So you're going to have to be a little patient. All right, so let's go here. All right, so this is your go-to location in the browser to manage all of your things related to Amazon and your devices and your content. So this is, you can come here to do your books, your magazines, your audiobooks, your videos, like everything is in this one spot here. The way you go to this is amazon.com/MYCD. So my CD. Now they say CD in the URL, but they call it digital content. So, is this not refreshing? Oh, that would not be good. Wait, you're not seeing what you're supposed to be seeing here. Let me try a refresh on this because it's kind of important. Kind of need you to see this. Let me slip this back. I'm not sure why that's not refreshing. One moment, please. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. Now it seems to be there. Oh, John. Okay. It's very hard to keep up with all your names, John, but welcome. Good to see you. Okay. So, yes, it is amazon.com/mycd, even though they call it digital content. So the way my brain remembers that is just my content dashboard. I don't know that's what they call it, but for my brain, that's how I keep track of it because this is a major disconnect for my brain. So like I was saying, here is where you can go ahead and get access to all the things that you are dealing with as far as devices and content in the Amazon world. But we're going to focus on books, magazines. I think the audiobooks actually fall into this. If you are using Kindle Unlimited, they keep trying to give me free ones. I use it for a little while, realize that it doesn't work for me, mainly because my kind of content is not a part of Kindle Unlimited. But I keep going back and trying it because one of these days, maybe that'll change. Your Prime reading, if you're a Prime user, all that kind of stuff. So when you want to put something on your device, if you are buying something, like it's super easy, right? Part of the buying process is that you can go ahead and specify which Kindle device you want to send it to. After the fact, sometimes people get a little confused by that, so we're just going to go and take a look. So you come in here to books. Yes, I've read most of these. And then when you're in here, this is going to show you all of the stuff that you've purchased I have a long history. You can also come up here on the right side and search. You can change the sort order, all that kind of stuff. But just as an example, right? So I'm a Terry Pratchett fan and miss him terribly. But oh, it was so nice that he left us such a deep and wide variety of content to read. So let's say that I wanted to send this one to my Kindle device. You can come over here. Let me scroll over so you can see that. So there's this deliver or remove from device. So when you click on that, this gives you the list of places that you can consume Amazon Kindle content. Now, this looks like a long list, and yes, I will admit that it is a long list, but it's actually only 2 Kindle devices. So I have a Kindle device, I have my very first one here, and then I have the new one that we're going to be using for the demos. Everything else that you see here is a mobile device. So I've had some questions in the last few videos that I've done about the Kindle stuff. You know, people are like, well, what's the point of the app if you can't buy through it anymore? And that's true, you can't right now. I have other content on that. There's a link in the description if you need the backstory on that. But the nice thing about the app is that, yes, most of us are reading our Kindle content on our Kindles, but we are not limited to that, right? You can literally read your Kindle content any damn place you want. If it's connected to the internet, you can read your Kindle stuff on it. So you can do it on your mobile devices, the Chromebooks, you can do it on your laptop, your desktop, Mac, PC, Linux, doesn't matter. You can consume the content. So that's why all these other ones are on here, because these are other places that I have installed the Kindle Reader device. So we're going to, for the sake of the demo, because this is what I have handy, is I'm going to send it here, but you can send to multiple, right? If you wanted to send it in multiple places, you can totally do that. Now I hear somebody out there going, but why would I do that? Well, this is part of the magic of the whole Kindle Reader thing, is that you can have your book with you wherever you are, and you can pick up where you left off, right? So if I start reading on my Kindle device, right, and then I'm in work waiting for a meeting to start and bored, I could bring it up on my phone, and whatever the last page was that I read on my Kindle device is where it will start on my phone. Now, I can choose to go backwards, forwards, whatever I want, but it's that convenience of having it automatically bookmark for you the last page you were on and be able to pick up on it wherever you want to read it. And the same thing, when I finish reading on my phone, if I come back to my Kindle device, or if I come home and I put it up on my laptop or my Chromebook, again, it's picking up where I left off and I can keep going. That seamless interaction, like, people are not necessarily even like consciously aware of it, but it is such a magic feature, because you're not having to, where was I, flip through, if I try to find where you were, like, that's a time waste. When you pick something up, literally sometimes I have like 2 minutes or 30 seconds to read something, and I will read because I read constantly. So this is the kind of thing that is a huge time saver, makes it very, very convenient. And that's why it's in all the places. So that's why you might actually want to install or load a book. Fade, there we go. You might want to go ahead and load a book into multiple places. But for the purposes of this demo, we're just going to do it to one, and just going to say make changes. And so now it's being sent. And there's a little bit of a lag, not a big one, but there is a little bit of time between when you say to do that and when it happens. And of course, you won't see that result until you actually open either the app on wherever you are or the device that you are going to see it on. So that's the starting point for this conversation, is you can do that kind of stuff here. Actually, let's go back here for a second, because not only can you send content, but if you decide later that you wanted to remove it, you can go ahead and remove it too by, deselecting and saying make changes, and then it would remove it from that device. So that's another handy thing that not everybody realizes that they can do. And then there's more stuff. Whoops, let me just bring this up a little bit because this is a fairly long. So again, staying with the Terry Pratchett book, you go to more actions, you have even more options, right? So you can delete it from your library. You can download and transfer via USB, which we'll get into in a minute. You can clear the furthest read page, clear furthest read page, or furthest page read. That's why I was tripping over it. My brain and my eyes were doing different things. So if you want to turn off for this book or clear out, that you were on page 53 and start from scratch, well, of course, you can do that manually. You can go into the controls in the reader and start wherever you want, but you can also do it from here if you want to reset it. If you want to read it right now, you can click on it and it will open it up in the browser for you. If you like to build collections, if you like to organize your library of Kindle content, you can do that. You can purchase the audiobook. There's always chances to purchase things. You can check the order details. You can gift a copy of this to somebody. Now, that's not giving them your copy. You would actually be buying them a copy. And then if you have a family library, you can manage that here. So there is a lot of controls here that you may not have been aware of if you've never gone and looked at this. The other thing, like I mentioned, so up here you can select, what it is, like you want to see all your content or just parts of it. So you can go in and look at all the different stuff. You can also click here if you wanted to filter through and just find something in particular. I think that's pretty much it. You can search for things, so there's all that kind of stuff. Also from here, you've got access to your devices. So your Echo devices, Fire, if you do Fire TV, your Kindle devices, and any other Alexa-related devices that you've got. So you can come here and you can take a look at these different things. All right, and actually I'm realizing I should have screen capped something. So you know what, let me just, give me 1 second because I need to show you something, but I also need to, I need to be smart about how I show you the next thing. All right, start capture. Just a moment here. So while that's loading, so like I said, there's a lot of you can do right from there, including actually reading the stuff, but you can actually go and get it there as well. All right, so let's go here and scroll this a little bit. And where did my tool go? Come here, little tool. Seriously? Okay, whatever. We'll do it again. That's fine. Here, let's just open the app this time. That'd probably be better. Because the next thing I want to tell you is that another option is that you can actually, well, actually, let's do this in order. So we had seen, let me just save this real quick. Get it ready, because this is the step after the step. Let me just get it ready to show you. Let's see if there's anything else I need to do here. Nope, looks good. Okay. So if we go back to your content. Okay, and we'll switch this over. If for whatever reason you don't want to wait to get your content loaded wirelessly, which is what this process was where we went in, deliver or remove, you can also come down here and do this more actions. Download and transfer via USB. Whoops, let me scroll this over for you. Right here. So what that means is you can take your Kindle. You can take your USB. Now, this is for another device, but ideally you're going to use the USB cable that came with your Kindle. If you still don't have it, that's okay. What is important here, a lot of people get tripped up on this. They'll just grab any USB cable that is the right format. It's the micro, not the USB-C, at least for this version that I have. By the way, did you see the announcement? All the cool stuff. We will be talking about that in a future show. But anyway, some of these cables are just designed to charge, right, for power. Others are set up for power and for data transfer. So if you are connecting this to your computer, which I have way over there, you can't see it. Not that I don't want you to see it. I just don't have a camera over there at the moment. But if you're connecting your cable to your Kindle device, okay, it's usually down in the bottom, and you're not able to transfer files, you probably either have a bad cable, which happens. These cables, we abuse them and they break and you can't always see it's broken on the inside. But it could be that it's just a power cable and not also a data cable. So you might need to switch out. Now, there's no 100% guarantee for that, but I'm going to try to show you here. Generally, the ones that are data, I don't know if you can see, have, for lack of a better description, like little teeth on the inside. I don't think you can really see here. A little bit right there. If you know what you're looking for, you can kind of see that right there. That's not 100% accurate, but that pretty much, get you into the 70 or 80% range for that might be a good one. So all you need to do then is just plug this in. Sorry, I need glasses for distance. I don't need them for up close. and you're just going to plug that in, and then that's going to connect it to your computer. Once this is connected to your computer, you want to make sure that it's powered up, and then you're going to see this screen. When you get to this point, that means that you can make use of, let me switch this back, this download and transfer option. So that's another way to get your content onto the device if, for whatever reason, you're not someplace that you can do it wirelessly. So that's just an option 2 for you. They are very, you don't see this too much anymore, but they're like, before you disconnect this, make sure you eject it from your computer. I don't really do that too much anymore, but when it comes to my Kindle, I do. So I'm going to do that right now because I don't need this connected, but I don't really want to have to replace my Kindle right now. Okay. And then that's off. So that's the second, is that the second or third way? I've already lost track. There is another way that you can not only get, content onto your Kindle, but also send content. Well, let me explain that better. So this is another way that you can get content to your Kindle outside of the Amazon ecosystem. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't send Amazon content this way. You absolutely can if you know where it's located on your hard drive. But this is a way that you can actually send other content. And by other content, I mean PDF, text files, all that kind of good stuff. So give me 1 sec, and I'm going to just bring up a page to show you, and then I'm going to show you what this looks like, because not everybody has seen this, and it's a handy thing to, I find it helps people, if they've seen it here, then they recognize it when they get where they're going. Okay, so let's flip over here. All right, so sending content by email. So literally what happens is your Kindle device actually has a unique email address that you can make use of. So this, again, all these links are in the description, but just to kind of give you a quick overview, you can literally just attach a document, attach a file to an email, and email it to your Kindle device. And the types of things that you can send, now because of the recent announcements from Amazon, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, there's some bad information out there. So please, 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 there are very well-meaning people out there that are sharing information, writing articles, but they don't always take the extra step of verifying what they're telling you. So this is why I always show you and I always give you the links, because I always want you to go and verify it yourself for 2 reasons. 1, I might have missed something, or I might have misspoken. 2, things may have changed between when I did this show and when you go to look at stuff, because things are always changing. So you always want to go and look. Okay, mini rant over. Let me go ahead and show you why I'm saying this, because I am seeing a lot of people out there who are publishing things right now that are getting this wrong. So these are the file types that you can send to your Kindle device. And yes, it will take Microsoft Word documents. I choose not to do that because Microsoft Word documents, in my humble opinion, are bloated nightmares. But it is an option. You can send HTML. You can send RTF, which is its rich text format. It's a generic document format. JPEG, EPUB, GIF, PNG, bitmap, BMP, and PDFs. So that's another thing. People think that you can't do PDFs. Or they think you have to use a third-party tool to convert things. But we'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then the Mobi. So keep track of what's going on. Things do change. This list has changed over time, so do be aware of that. But you can definitely send stuff. So let me show you what that looks like. And that's what I had to clean up a little bit because I didn't really want to share my information. Why is this not updating? What is going on here? Okay, there it is. Okay, it's a little slow for some reason today. So when you go to the devices, remember I showed you before, right, when we were in that content page. Do I have to move this? I think I need to move this. 1 sec. We do layout changes on the fly here because we're not afraid. Okay, so here we go. That's better. So this is a screen cap I took because I had to hide my information. But this is that page that we were just on. So the Amazon.com/my CD. When you go into the devices part of it, which is this thing here, you can select whichever device you want to be on. So these are Kindle devices that I'm talking about specifically right now. And you can do things like, you can deregister it. You can, do basically anything you want. So like all this stuff over here, these are all additional options. You can register your device, you can deregister your device, you can view content that's on it, all that kind of stuff. But what we're focused on right now is this part. Because over here is where you get the unique email address for your particular device. And here, I'm going to actually just focus on that part. Okay, so there's going to be this email one. And once you have this, and it obviously will be unique to everybody, so that's why I wanted to blank mine out, but you can just go into that content and devices manager, click on the device you want to email things to, and select your email. Now that's already there. You don't have to do anything to get that working. Even if you've never used it, it's still there for you. So you could go ahead and grab that. Then you just go ahead, write your email, put that email address in, attach the device, attach the file, do one file at a time. It doesn't really like it if you try to send multiple. But then again, there is a short wait period while that actually gets sent out by your email service and gets processed over on Amazon side, but then it will send it wirelessly to your actual device, which is a massive win as far as getting things in there. The other benefit of that is not only is it you're sending it to your device, but that also means that it becomes a part of your Amazon library, which means that you can access it and pull it down on if you have multiple Kindle devices. Yes, I have a Kindle problem. Or if you are using the Kindle Reader on any of your mobile devices, your desktop or your laptop or whatever, that file will also be there for that. So massive win, a wireless free way for you to get content on there. Now let me just scroll down a little bit because I want to show you something else on the page that I purposely did not focus on. So when we're talking about, let me make that go away. When we're talking about sending PDFs, you also have the option of converting a PDF that you are sending into your Kindle library, turning that into the Kindle format. The benefit of doing that is that it makes it searchable, readable. You can adjust the size, all that kind of stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to. You absolutely can leave your PDF as is and still read it on the device. But if you want these additional features and flexibility, if you want WhisperSync, is that service that I was mentioning earlier that keeps track of the last page you were on. So when you pick it up on any other device, it starts you on that page. If you want to make use of all of the flexibility that you get with a Kindle reading device, then you're going to want to do this. And all you have to do is when you email it, you want to put the subject line should be convert. And then it will take your PDF that you've emailed and it will convert it for you for free. Why am I harping on this? I'm harping on this because, again, there's a lot of very good information and it's not wrong. But there are a lot of people out there that are like, okay, so in order to do that, you have to download this third-party tool, you have to use it, you got to go and do another 15 steps. You don't have to do that. If you choose to, that's marvelous. Go with it. It'll totally work. What I'm saying is if you don't want to do that, if you don't want the extra hassle, you can skip it and you can just go ahead and email it to yourself with convert in the subject line and the Kindle system will convert it for you. So, for me, I'm all about efficiency and saving time. So that's a big win for me. That said, we're not done yet because there is my favorite thing, which is the thing that we're all here to talk about, which is the Send to Kindle app, which to me makes it even easier than all the things I've showed you. Not that any of these are particularly hard, but I'm all about super easy. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, before we go there, I do want to let you know that if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you need help with something, you can go to yourtechcoach.com. There is a contact form right smack at the top. So you can let me know what your question is. If you have an idea for the show, if you have a topic you want me to cover, please don't be shy. Reach out. That's where all the good contact comes from. If, however, you need more help than that, I do offer, consultation services over Zoom. So you can go to yourtechcoach.com/appointments and you can book an appointment and I can help walk you through a problem. Or if you're looking for advice, if you're not sure, you're looking for a new phone or a new computer and you're not sure what's right for you. If you have a business or personal software need, but you're not sure which is the right fit for you, or if even that software exists out in the universe, please reach out, because that's big part of my life is hooking people up with the right technology solution so that the person can get the things done. That's my whole goal in life, is that we should all be able to get things done. All right, so let's now get to the big one for me, the one that makes all the difference, and that is the Kindle Send to Kindle app. So again, I had these open. Where did I put these? Did I close them on myself and forget that I closed them on myself? I did. Okay. See, sometimes I try to get too organized, which happens. All right, so I adjusted the screen. Now I have to adjust the screen again because everything is a different size. Okay. These are not problems at all. These are actually kind of fun things that entertain me. I know. You would say I need hobbies, but these are actually my hobbies. Okay. So again, the links are in the description, so don't hesitate or don't, feel like you have to scribble all the things down that I'm saying at 100 miles an hour. So there is this Send to Kindle app. Now, it's coming up as PC because I'm on a PC, but there is also a Mac version, so everybody has access to it. And this is a free application that you can load on your Windows or Mac system. So, for example, this will not install on your Chromebook. However, there are third-party plugins. Just make sure you do your research on them to make sure they're not sketchy. This, for me, is what works. So, again, you can get all the information on it. You can see it works all the way back to Windows 7. Yes, it does work with Windows 11. I reached out and verified that. And like I said, there is a Mac version as well. So let me show you what this looks like. Now we're going to switch. Hey, there we go. Okay, so again, why is that? Hang on. Why is nothing refreshing for me tonight? Did I need to talk nicer to my computer today and I didn't? Okay. All right, so when you first go ahead and first you download the file and then you're going to install it, and then this will be the first thing you see. So you do have to log in to your Amazon account, obviously, to make that connection, which is no big deal. So you're going to need either the email address or the mobile phone number that you use to create your Amazon account and the password. You can choose whether or not to sign in. You can read all the stuff, or you can actually create, like if you don't have an Amazon account, you can create one from here. That's fine too. And then you're just going to go ahead and sign in. Once you've done all that, let's just leave that just in case we need to go back to it. Once you do that, then you get this resize. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So this is what the Send to Kindle app looks like. And it's super basic, super easy. Literally, all you have to do is go to your go to your hard drive and find whatever document you want to load. Now, of course, I did do one just in case, but we're going to do one live. But things don't always work live. So, is there anything here I can't? Yeah, I can't share. That's client work. So I just did a quick text file. And all I'm doing is dragging it from Windows Explorer, and I'm going to just drop it on here. And it's, it picked up the title of the file. I was the author, so there you go. And again, you can select where to send it. So you can send it to all the places. You can choose whether or not you want to add it to your Kindle library. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. If you just want to send it to a particular device, that's fine. I'm going to send it here. And I'm going to let it go to the library because, hey, who knows, I might do another demo on this later. And then you're going to hit send. And it's going to tell you that it's all done. And it's going to say, give it a couple of minutes. So along that path here, let me switch over to my Kindle. I told you this was a complex setup tonight. They're doing a lot of switching here on the fly. Where is this? Okay, so we're going to go here. And I've got to reposition this because I keep playing with it. So I haven't started it, so we're going to fire it up. Come on. Where's the power? This one's got it down here. Okay. If I get my hands out of the way, it should wake up. All right. So I swipe to unlock it. And we'll give it a second because now it's connecting to my wireless, but you can see the book that I did originally at the beginning of this demo is already on the device. So I can go ahead and I can open that. Okay, and it gives me the background about the book and starts me off on the first page. Now I am, one of those people, I like to go all the way back. But, you have all the options that you usually have with this. So let's go back. Okay, so it has not made the connection yet. This is probably still updating and processing. And with my luck, it's probably actually loading, an actual software update, because that's what happens when you do demos. So let me just show you another example. I did this earlier just in case we needed it. So this is another text file that I sent with just one sentence in it. So you can see this is my Kindle. This was my USB test from earlier, but the fact is that it's the same exact thing as when you, come on, library. Oh, and there we go. That gave me enough time to do this, the second one. So this is the one I just sent. So this is one I sent earlier when I was just testing to make sure, because I've been getting people saying that they're having trouble. Come on, connect. There we go. I've been having people saying that they weren't able to get the USB to work, so I wanted to make sure that still worked. Come on. Kind of important that people can see the device, folks. Come on. I'm using a webcam. There we go. And I guess it doesn't like the new lights in the studio. Anyway, so this was the first one I did when I wanted to verify that, yes, the USB does work, and it does. Here, we'll do this way. Okay, and now this one is the one I just showed you that I loaded. So we'll go ahead and we'll open that up. And this is, I call the USB test just because I wasn't thinking, but Hello World is my actual document. And that is what I just sent over. So it is that simple, that easy. It does not take very long, but it's a few seconds before it actually shows up. It's not something that's going to happen instantaneously, like, some kind of super magic, but it does totally just, load it up for you. Now, did I actually just close the app? That's so me. That is so me. There we go. Let me bring this up again. All right. Because I want to show you. This is, oh yes, I wish I'd had time to do all the buttons. It's so much more elegant when I use the buttons. All right, so here we go. I'm going to make this bigger again, because I just want to walk you through some of the other details on it. But it is that simple. I mean, literally, you're just dragging files, and they could be any of those files that we talked about before. So Word documents, PDFs, JPEGs, whatever. Pretty much any readable file, it'll go ahead and take. It will not take videos, of course, because the Kindle is not a video device, but anything that's not video, you're pretty much good to go. But I did want to bring your attention to this options here, because a lot of people miss out on this. So you can set the default to be that if I give you a PDF file, automatically convert it to Kindle format. So again, that's why I keep harping on you don't have to use a third-party tool if you don't want to, but you can, but you don't have to, because it's actually built into this particular app. And I think I mentioned this, but just in case, and this app is also free. So you've got that. You can choose whether or not you see that pop-up that came up when the process is finished. But then you can also look at other things. You can change the language if you want. You can set all that kind of stuff. You can send them information about it. But this is really the important part, are these couple of options, whether or not you want one or the other. That to me is the easiest, fastest, I don't have to think about it, I don't have to do extra steps kind of solution for me to get documents up onto my Kindle. So just as an example, like I work in IT as my day gig. So I design and build software applications. So I have a lot of tech books, as you might imagine. And I love them. They're very handy. I like to have many of them with me at all times. But carrying those things around, I mean, some of them are still this big. So it is lovely to just be able to pop those onto my Kindle and have them with me when I need them, wherever I go. I also have found this to be really handy. So part of the process that I do is I design the logic flow, and I also design the user interface. So those are called comps, and basically they're drawings of what the user interface should look like. And then there's different, states of it, when it's active, it's inactive, it's been edit form, all that kind of stuff. So I can print those out from my various tools as a PDF and throw those onto my Kindle. It is so easy to just have this with me so that when we're having a conversation about it, I can literally just bring it up and we can all look at it together, when we're all in the same place. and do it that way. I've also sent these to other people, and after I've taught them the email and this device tip, so that like other team members can have it on their Kindles for when we're working. So when you first run across this, a lot of people were like, well, why would I want to do anything other than my Amazon content? And you may not need, that may not be your thing. But if you are like me and you want to get other stuff onto your Kindle so that it's with you when you want it in a convenient format, these are great tools. And the fact that there's multiple means that whatever works best for you, whatever clicked with your brain as I went through this, go with that version. You don't have to use all of these things at all, but they are there if you want to do different things, or if different solutions work better for you in different situations, you're covered. And they're all free. So that's all kinds of awesome. So Gamers Paradise is saying, also handy to whoop the certain devs over the head with. I would never, ever hit anybody over the head with my Kindle because I wouldn't want to damage the Kindle. He's heard a lot of my whining stories about what goes on in software development. And he's very patient about it, which is a lovely thing. So I think that I have covered everything. Let me just double check that because I do tend to bounce around in these conversations. So all the links are in the description, so you can go and check it out. That just as a weird coincidence, because I actually had this scheduled a couple of weeks ago, there are new Kindle devices coming. This will apply to those as well. And okay, let me just here we'll bring it up. Okay, hang on. Let's go, and I'll kind of, what do they call this? A tease. We'll kind of tease content that will be coming at the end of November. What is the name of it? I've forgotten already. It hasn't been around long enough for me to remember. Okay, hang on. If you haven't seen the announcement yet, I hope I'm not giving away spoilers. But I'm going to show you this. There it is. Okay. I was so close. And it is a logical name. All right, so here we go. Now, you folks who have been around here for a while, just make sure this is okay to share. Looks like it's okay to share. Okay, so here's what's coming. Now, there's new Kindle devices. There's new Amazon, yes, I think I could say it. We'll just say Madam A devices coming. There are, well, all of the things. Like there's a new Amazon Auto coming. I'm shocked because I got the first one and I didn't like it. So I'm really, and it did not sell well from all the things I've read. So I'm really surprised they're doing this again. But yeah, there's a new Amazon Auto coming. I don't think I'll be trying that. But I am going to show you the thing that I'm going to do a review on. And just, I got to get my screens up again here. Okay. So those of you who know me know that I am a big fan of certain other device, which here I'll show you in a second here. So this and this. So anybody who's been in my world for any length of time knows that I'm a fan of Rocketbook, and you can go and find videos about this. But basically, this is a reusable notebook that you can then scan with your phone and keep in the cloud. And then, of course, there is, and I just did this again last week, the Remarkable, which is a e-ink tablet that you actually can write on. You can also read on it, even though people are saying you can't. You can, and you can write and take notes and all that kind of stuff. So Amazon decided that they didn't like people using something that wasn't an Amazon device, and so they announced this, the Kindle Scribe. So the idea is that basically they're trying to eat Remarkable's lunch. So it's an e-ink device. It's larger than the Kindles, and you're supposed to be able to write on it. There's 2 different pens, which, by the way, is also a truth for Remarkable. There's a basic and then there's a premium. And you're going to be able to write on it. And it's a Kindle device, so you'll be able to read and write on it. It is about the same price as the Remarkable, which is cracking me up because people were so pissy about how much it cost for the Remarkable. And, the Remarkable is not a cheap device, but you know what? Neither is this thing. So this is kind of a side conversation, but yes, I will be covering this. I did order one. I don't know that I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to give it a test drive. I want to see, I'm going to do side by side with the Remarkable, see how I like it. I have the Remarkable 1 and 2, so I'll be able to do a real comparison on it. Just some things I've noticed right away. There's no app. So you're basically putting the stuff onto this device, and that's where it's living. They say that an app will be coming beginning of next year, but see, Remarkable is way ahead because they've had this out for a number of years now. So Amazon's going to be doing some catch up. But anyway, so I just wanted to mention that, yes, I will be talking about this. But yes, it's cracking me up that it's basically the same price range. And I'm not hearing anybody having a hissy fit about that. But anyway, so that's coming. A little too late. Yeah, well, like, so here's the thing. There are other devices out there that have come out, and I've noticed an uptick over the past year, 18 months. So there's definitely competition in that space at the moment. So Amazon, yes, a little late to the party, but they're also Amazon. They also have a lot of control. They're going to be running all kinds of deals on it for, Prime members and all that. So I don't think that this is going to kill Remarkable because they have a pretty rabid fan base and it does do things. Okay, so the other thing, I'm blowing all the big announcements for the compare, but the other thing that the Amazon product doesn't have that the Remarkable does is different nib types. Now, I'm sure at some point they'll do it, but you can actually change from a brush to a pen to a marker to all kinds of things. People are doing amazing art on the Remarkable. So anyway, only because these announcements just happened. The reason I'm bringing this up is because if you have a Kindle device and you're thinking about upgrading, you're in a good window because the new ones are coming out. Of course, it's going to be a Black Friday thing. They're going to do another Prime Day in October. I'm recording this in September of 2022, by the way, for you people in the future. So if you're curious if all of the things I've shown you have now maybe kind of moved the needle for you on the whole Kindle thing, just keep that all in mind. All right. So that's it. Just wanted to get that out there. As always, you can always reach out. If you have a comment, if you have questions, if you have a topic you want me to cover, go to yourtechcoach.com. Frankly, and I forgot the name, I'm sorry, but this show was a direct result of somebody on a previous Kindle show commenting that they could not get the USB connection to work for moving files. Actually, you know what? Okay, here we go. Bonus content, right? We're already late, so what the heck? Murphy's down there growling because he's hungry. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I've connected it. Okay, and it's making a connection. So here we are again. We've got this screen up. And really, that's all you need. Once you're seeing this, then you're connected and you're good to go. So let me show you how this shows up in Windows World. It would be similar in Mac. Obviously, it would be, Mac specific. But now that it's connected, pop this over here. And bring this screen up. Well, actually, this screen should come up this way. There we go. Okay. So let's make this bigger. And I can actually zoom in. Whoops, that's way too big. No. Come back. I did not say go away. There we go. Give me a second. I'm going to just zoom in on this. Oh, these are the times when it's like, well, maybe I should have done this as a recorded video. But that's no fun. All right, let's do that. And then we're going to, whoops, that's just my vMix controls. Let me just zoom this in a little bit for you. Okay, like that. Really, we're just not refreshing today. That's so weird. Okay, so let's try that. And then that. No? Okay. All right. I guess we're going to just make do with what we got here because it's not resizing for some reason. But anyway, let's try this. Okay. I don't know why that's not working today. But basically what happens is down here, there is now an option. So these are my usual drives. And then this now says Kindle. And then when you go into the Kindle drive, you're going to see 3 folders: .active content, documents, and fonts. The only thing you need to do is go into documents and you can drag whatever file you want into here. And then this will load it to your actual Kindle device that you've got connected via the USB that I showed you before. Let me just see if I have I almost always have a PDF I can add. So let me see if I can find one real quick. 1 second. Let me just see if I've downloaded anything recently that's like, hey, this would be handy to have. Let's try this one. I guess not. Figures, right? The one time. All right, well, here, let's go nuts. So here's a picture of Murphy. Let's see if that goes. And it's there. So you see down here at the bottom? That up. Right down here at the bottom is the Murphy. I guess I have to go even higher. Hang on. Let's do it this way. Okay, so it added that, and now in a couple of seconds that will show up on my computer, on my Kindle device, and I can look at Murphy's cute little face whenever I want. So there you go. I can't stop myself from doing bonus content around here. All right, everybody, I'm going to go. I got to feed the puppy and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I hope that you found something here that's useful. If you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and contact me, like I said, right here. Or you can go ahead and throw them into the comments on whichever platform you're watching. I do come back and answer those. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. Go get even more value out of your Kindle. We will talk again soon. Bye.